One. Boom, 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 boom,
Boom,
boom.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, happy hump day to you, my friend.
Happy Wednesday, man. I mean, I am amazed. I am just looking at the way the weather here in New York is. I'm just gonna share this real quick.
Yeah.
The weather here in New York is it's wet, it's annoying, but guess what? We're gonna get it done.
Gonna get it done. We're gonna have that on Friday. But you know what? One of my favorite times of the year is when you wake up in the morning and it's a little bit muggy and hot, and by the end of the day, it's blisteringly cold. I just love those kind of days because it's like the abnormal becoming normal.
Absolutely, I love it. I love it, man. You know, everyone is putting on a jacket right now with so many umbrellas. But man, I'm excited for what? I'm excited for the topic that we have going on today because listen, the Unstuck thing, we didn't get it finished yesterday, you
I
know,
mean to tell you.
and we had other conversations coming in today. I just want us to jump right in and help somebody out there who has been stuck, who's been thinking about what to do about their business and how to get unstuck, man.
The very first point that you tossed out there this morning is taking things for granted.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I think we do that so much. I live by what's called the 4 agreements.
Right.
And one of the 4 agreements is never make assumptions.
Right.
Never. When you take things for granted, you're making assumptions that that's going to happen.
Absolutely. And listen, talking about taking things for granted, right?
Mhm.
I am thinking about an opportunity because most of the times when we are presented with an opportunity, especially when it's coming from somebody that we know, right? From somebody that we know, that we're friendly, we're familiar with, we ignore this opportunity. We ignore things that are going on, and we say, you know what? It's all right. Maybe tomorrow. It's okay. You know, I'll deal with it next time.
Right.
But guess what? There is no other time. Like you might never have a second chance.
You may not ever have a second chance. You may wake up in the morning, but guess what? This opportunity may be gone. Because if you don't take it, someone else will.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I heard one time one of my friends said, he said a successful entrepreneur never makes profit by saying no.
Exactly.
You know? I was like, wow, that is very, very powerful. That's very, very powerful. Because looking at somebody who says, you know what, well, something comes to me, and that's okay. You know, maybe another one's gonna come. Oh, that's not for me.
Right.
You know, I don't want to take a look at it. You know, it's fine. Guess what? This is an opportunity because when I talk to somebody, I'm telling somebody like, you have an opportunity of being a first timer.
Right.
Like a first mover advantage on a startup company that is just kicking off. Like there's so much potentials out there.
Right. Exactly. And you hit on something real key. You know, it is an opportunity right at the very beginning. And yes, when you say we're just beginning, yes, we are starting up, but we are not your typical startup company. First of all, this company is already producing over $20 million in revenue.
Absolutely.
It has 0, as in nada, debt. Hulk and Bugs just bought and acquired Boom Mobile and Vibe Ride and paid cash for it. That's not a startup company. That's somebody with a vision.
Wait. I mean, no credit card. He paid cash.
No credit card, no loan, no nothing. And his whole mission is to help all of us to get there.
Absolutely.
To get out of debt. Because once you're out of debt, that's when the freedom really starts to come in.
Wow. Man, you know what? I spoke to one of my friends on LinkedIn the other day, and I said, hey, this is an opportunity. She is in another company. She's in other business. And I said, hey, listen, an entrepreneur never makes money by saying no to something. Take a look at this. If it's not for you, that's cool. You know, she looked it up. She's like, wow, this is so clean.
It is.
I mean, that's her statement. She said, this is so clean and easy. Because guess what? It is at a startup. I said, when we started, we as the first class ambassadors, we got 20% bonus. But right now it's at 15%. And guess what? In about 5 to 10 years time, it's going to go to like 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to like 2 or 1%.
I agree.
Because the company keeps growing with a wider vision and tons and tons of thousands and millions of people are going to want this opportunity.
Right. Exactly. And you know, you said something right there that you said to the person, well, you know, this may not be for you.
Right.
How many times someone offer you an opportunity and say to them, you know what, this may not be for you, but nonetheless, I'm going to give you a gift that allows you to save on something for the rest of your life, just for considering. And that's what we do.
Absolutely. That's what we do. So, man, let's jump on the next one. What's going on?
The next one is excuses. Right there, we segue into it. One of my favorite things is to eliminate all excuses, because excuses do not pay.
Right. And guess what? I just listened to something this morning. Mm-hmm. Excuses are the thief. Excuses are the thief of opportunity.
Right. Excuses are a thief of opportunity. Exactly.
Wow. So what can you say to somebody who is out there and thinking about himself and say, like, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't know enough people. This business is probably not for me. Maybe I don't want to be posting a lot on social media. Right. I have so many things going on right now in my life. You know, because excuses, guess what? That's where, I mean, it gives you, you're literally giving yourself reasons not to be a high achiever.
Exactly right. Exactly. So here's my take. If someone says, well, I don't know enough people, I don't have the time, whatever. Think back to what we talked about yesterday, Bill Gates. Bill Gates said he told 1,200 people about his vision. Okay?
Right.
You might say, I don't know 1,200 people. Fine. Meet 10 people a day for 120 days. That's only 4 months. 10 people a day, 120 days, and then you've got your 1,200 people. And of that 1,200 people, what did we learn from Bill Gates? It only took
11 to make him a millionaire.
Make him a millionaire.
And guess what? In the process, they themselves became millionaires.
Exactly. And that's what's happening here. And you might say, oh, I'll never become a millionaire. Well, you know what? You will not, because you just made an excuse for not becoming one.
Exactly. Because you just made an excuse for not becoming one. You just gave yourself a reason not to become a millionaire. I can't imagine somebody ever giving themselves a reason not to make more of their life.
Right. I mean, you have to wake up every morning and look in the mirror and say, I am, and you put out there what it is you're going to become. I am financially free. I am independent. I am a diamond. I am a millionaire. I am whatever. But that's what you. If you look in the mirror and go, you know what? I'm a loser. I'm hopeless. Guess what? You are.
Exactly. Because literally, when you give yourself reason, you're literally saying, I'm a loser. I can't achieve this. You know. Right. I mean, in other words, that's what you're doing. And I love what one of my coaches are. You know, we're having different sessions going on, and she's made it a tradition where whenever you come on a call or whenever we're having a call, you create a possibility of who you are.
Exactly.
You say, who am I is a possibility of strength, motivation, empowerment. So as soon as you say that, it gives you strength. It gives you a new kind of motivation. You know, it gives you a different feeling of who you are.
Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. Because you put it into the future tense. You put it into really how you see yourself becoming. And that's who you are. That's what you become. You know, it leads right into the next one, which is ego. There's a difference between becoming your future self and developing an ego about who you are.
Right.
You know, an ego, I don't know anyone that likes egotistical people, but an ego means that you're self-centered, focused on you, and only you know what is best for everyone. And guess what? When you know what's best for everyone, you just left yourself out of what's best for you.
Right. And that's why you keep staying stuck where you are. Guess what? So I listened to this conversation at one time, and the guy was like, he said, most of us, when we're having a conversations with our friends, for you to be able to identify your ego, for you to be able to identify how self-centered you are, whenever, for example, somebody say, you know what? Oh, I went to Punta Cana. I went to Dominican Republic last year with my friends. You know, we had a great vacation. Then as soon as they brought up a conversation, you immediately took it and brought it back to yourself. You feel like then you say something in the line of, oh yeah, we actually went there 10 years ago. It was great. It was this, it was that, it was everything. So at the end of the day, you brought the conversation back to you. You know, you are being so self-centered and having everybody else look up to you for everything.
and people recognize that. You know, one of the most valuable lessons, and this goes with the ego, one of the most valuable lessons that you can learn is to realize that feedback and critiques are nothing but information.
Absolutely.
Nothing but information. If you give me feedback, Rudy, that's coming from you.
Right.
And then it's up to me to determine how to accept that. But 99 out of 100 times, that feedback you're giving or someone's giving you, that's a reflection of something going on in their life right now. It's really what's happening to them, not what's happening to you.
Right. I mean, you just need it on the head because when somebody says something to you, right? When somebody comes to you with some kind of with a feeling, or like somebody throwing out something to you, it's just like when we went back in our conversation on Sunday, when we said when somebody said you're bad or you're wrong or you can't do this, or those are all part of the limiting beliefs that they're instilling in you. Because guess what? That's something that they're dealing with. That's a circumstance that they're dealing with in their own lives. And guess what? They're trying to look for a social influence. They're trying to look for a social environment where they could belong, where they feel like if they tell you that you're kind of the same like they are, they feel comfortable.
I mean, give you something very current. It happened either yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yes.
The person we've talked about before on here, her name is Simone Biles. What did Simone Biles do? She did something no gymnast has ever done before.
Wow.
And if someone were to say to her, you know what, that can't be done.
Yes.
Well, guess what? Since she's done it now, how many more people will be able to do it and start to do it?
Exactly. Because she did it. She's been able to break that glass.
Exactly.
You know, she's been able to create a new possibility for everyone else.
Exactly right. It's like the guy that ran the 4-minute mile. They were told no one could ever run a 4-minute mile, and now a 4-minute mile is considered slow.
Exactly. What if he was actually like, okay, they said no one can actually run it, so probably I'm not special. There's nothing special about me. I'm just gonna stay stuck. I'm just gonna stay where they are. I'm just gonna stay with everybody else. I'm just gonna be common. I'm just gonna be a common person like everybody else. So is that the kind of life somebody want to live? Do we think we will ever want to make a change? Do we think we'll ever be able to see any discoveries? Because guess what? I was looking at what I was listening to something about Mark Zuckerberg, and they were like, but it's not like he wasn't stuck.
Right.
The good thing about this conversation is not about saying that you're stuck, but it's about being able to unstuck yourself by accessing resources as soon as you identify that you're stuck somewhere.
Well, exactly right. And there's a difference between ego and vision.
Right.
One of my favorite stories is when Henry Ford, a Ford Motor Company, told the people, he said, here's my vision. And he put a motorized vehicle out there. And someone said to him, what would your customers think? What would your customers say about this?
Right.
And Henry Ford's comment was, if I ask my customers what they want, they will tell me they want a faster horse.
Right.
Because they had no idea that a motorized vehicle was even something that was in the realm of possibility.
Absolutely. Because guess what? Now he was able to create that vision. He was able to bring that vision to life. And the customers saw new possibilities for themselves.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And so, it's like, Peggy's on the call with us right now. And we've talked about Peggy. I mean, she got started with this because she saw the product first.
Right.
And through experiencing that product, she saw the vision. And that's exactly what Holton Buggs intends.
Absolutely.
I mean, he talks about the 3 C's, curiosity,
right,
information, and confidence.
Absolutely.
Peggy's is a prime example. She was curious. I gave it to her. She went out and checked it out. And then she completed all 3. And then she went, wait a minute, there's more to this than what I thought. You know,
Guess what, man? I just want to give a shout out to Peggy because Peggy, I love your work ethics. I love her attitude. You know, Peggy texted me yesterday. I think a day after yesterday, she said, "Really, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to make it to your live." I was like, "Wow, this is somebody who is always here with us, man." I love you, Peggy, and thank you so much for all your contributions and the support that you're doing to us and the team because it's all about working together.
Absolutely, it's about working together, which takes us to the next point we have, and that is being stuck on the past.
Right.
One of my favorite quotes comes from Bette Midler, when she says, "I don't look behind because if I do, I can't look ahead."
Absolutely, absolutely. I can only imagine an athlete who is on a sprint, and guess what's going to happen as soon as he turns and look behind of who is coming behind him? Guess what's going to happen?
They're going to pass.
By the time he turns back around, somebody else already ahead of him.
Exactly.
Because why are we always thinking about the past? Because as soon as we think about the past, it's good to learn from it and move forward. It's good to learn from it and move forward. But so many of us get stuck on the past.
Well, exactly. And Peggy destroys. She said, "I was a little slow on the takeoff." Here's my response to that: it's not where you start; it's where you finish.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Get there at a different time, and all of us have a different journey. And what does that give all of us on that journey? It gives all of us a unique story to tell.
Absolutely. I love it, man. I love it. And talking about the past, right? We all have past, and those pasts could be good, bad, ugly, whatever it is.
Right.
And it goes back to something where we actually spoke about yesterday about complacency. Because as soon as somebody feels about their past, especially when your past was successful, you feel like where you are today, you feel like, oh, I was successful from where I'm at. Today it's fine. I'm just going to be successful again today without necessarily putting in the work.
Exactly. Exactly. And a lot of people think that, well, I achieved this at this company, or I achieved this at this corporation, or I achieved this over here in another network marketing company. What that says is, yes, you've achieved it. Yes, you can do it. But it doesn't mean you automatically get it the next time.
Absolutely. Man, I love, the presentation you sent me, Therese sent me yesterday about Jada. So I saw what Jada said. From TG, from our previous company, they were a diamond. But when they came into our ibüümerang, guess what? They didn't stop.
No.
They didn't stop. Despite the success from TG, they came here and they say, you know what? It's ground zero. Everybody begins at the bottom line. Let's get this started.
And again, I remember so vividly, March the 9th in Houston, Texas, Trey Harris, the top earner in Traverse Global, is on stage with 1,000 of our closest friends out there in the audience. And he takes his ring off and he says, "This is no more. We're starting over." And he puts it in his pocket. And then Holton Bugs later says, "You let me help you, and I'll get you to that status."
Wow.
And that's exactly what Holton Bugs does for all of us. Every one of us. Just by the fact. In fact, yesterday I had a guy reach out to me, and he said, "I know who Holton Bugs is." He said, "You guys are pretty fortunate." I said, "You can be too." I said, "The big payoff is we get training from this guy on a weekly basis, if not on a daily basis sometimes, with just little nuggets that come out. And this training that people pay $5,000 and $10,000 an hour for,
absolutely,
because we're associated with it."
Wow, man, I love it, man. I love it. And we just keep jumping in. Tomorrow, man, I know tomorrow we got something even bigger because tomorrow is gonna be like the D-Day, right?
Yes.
Over the last 2 days, we were talking about getting unstuck. But tomorrow, I really want us to kind of give somebody a whole blueprint of how to get unstuck.
Yes.
Because we'll be able to identify all those areas in our lives where we actually stuck, right?
Right.
And tomorrow, we really want to give somebody a blueprint. Like, you know what? You've been stuck in these areas of your life between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's time for you to take action. It's time for you to move forward. Somebody that want to miss this tomorrow, man. How can somebody actually belong to this opportunity and actually say, you know what? I love what these guys are doing. I really want to see this. I really want to see what ibüümerang is all about. Man, tell somebody.
all you have to do is whoever invited you to this, I know we got several people sharing this, or if you're looking at on the YouTube video that someone has sent you, just type in the comments, tell me more. Those 3 words, tell me more.
Right.
And us or them will send you information about ibüümerang. We have an interactive presentation. You can stop and start as you wish. If you want to take the route Peggy has taken and so many other people have taken, and you want to experience this first and see what this technology is all about, just type me in the comments, and we will send you a free ibüümerang for yours to keep for life.
Wow.
If you've done nothing more than that, just with that.
Absolutely, man. I love what we keep doing. Keep helping people out there. Keep helping folks, helping our own ambassadors to get, because these nuggets that we're giving out here, it's not just for somebody who's looking for an opportunity, but it's for everybody. Because at some point, even in our businesses, we are stuck. You know, even in our lives, we get stuck. But I'm so excited with what we keep doing, man. I just love what we're doing. And I really appreciate you for always being here with me.
Oh, you too, my brother. I'll see you tomorrow. We got that blueprint coming to you, folks. Do not miss this tomorrow, because it is going to be amazing, and it's going to be earth-shattering what we're going to share with you tomorrow.
Absolutely. I love it, man. See you tomorrow. Boom.